Hi, it's Kevin from Let Me Tech You. In today's video, in this part of the associate tutorials for Terraform, we're going to be going over how to create a Terraform plan, and not necessarily just like your typical, Terraform plan and applies. We're going to build something to where then you could say make changes, but then still apply a previous plan that was planned out. And what I mean by that is when you do a Terraform plan without outputting a file, what happens is when you do the apply, it essentially anything in between you doing the plan and apply, something could change. And that could be more resources added, things like that. So when you do that apply, it's not a guarantee that your resources are going to be the same from when you first ran that Terraform plan. And so what I mean by that, let me just show you for example. So I'm going to do a Terraform plan on my existing setup here. And if you haven't seen the previous videos, we're basically just using Azure. I did revert back to my local state since the cloud doesn't currently support doing plans. So what's going to happen? See, so you say it says 3 to add. So now let's say I go back and I change the name of this to, let's say, new resource group, new RG, right? And then I do a Terraform. Let me get this out of here. So I do a Terraform apply. Now it's still going to do the apply. It's still going to say 3 to add, but in between me doing the plan and the apply, see how it says you didn't use the out option to save this plan. So Terraform can't guarantee to take exactly these actions if you run the apply. So see, 3 things are still going to be made, but there were some things that were changed, and now the new RG gets applied. The name's going to be different. So that's just that there. So that's just a way to easily, basically, I should have did a no on that. I'll go back and change it. So really it's kind of like you can kind of think of it as like a source control, a local source control kind of. So basically you could do a plan and, if you don't want that to be ran yet, you could save that plan for another time while you maybe um, try something different. Maybe you can have a plan for different types of configurations, things like that. So let me go back and destroy that. Well, actually, you know what? I don't even need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to example for the name. What else do we want to do? Name here, we're going to do internal. Let's do external. Save that. Now we're going to do a Terraform plan. And then what you can do is you can do an out. So basically, if you do -H, you can see what that argument looks like. So -out. And we're just going to put it in the same path that we're in. So I'm going to do a Terraform plan -out. I'm going to call it Azure plan. So you can name it whatever you want. So then when that gets generated out, we can basically also view that plan and see what changes or constants are going to be, applied in kind of more of a human readable format versus, so it's going to be like in a JSON format. And what you can do is you can do a Terraform show -JSON and Azure plan. But if you look at it here, it's not going to be that easy to read and see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like a local JSON processor called JQ. And you can download this from the if you just Google, actually I can bring it up for you here real quick. Open up my browser. If it comes up here, there we go. All right. So Google, so JQ Mac. Or actually, I just think if you go JQ JSON processor. So this here, so you can download it if you're using a Mac. You can download it using Brew, which is Brew install JQ. That's it, just that one, and it'll install it. So then what we can do is I can do a Terraform show dash JSON and then Azure plan. Then I'm going to pipe that to jQuery or the JSON processor, and I'm going to call it Azure plan.json. So as you can see, that's up here. And now you can click on it. So it's kind of like a state file for your plan that's going to get ran. So you can basically see the Terraform version, the plan values, the resources, the type, the name, just a nice, easy way to kind of allow you to see. And also you can see the resource drift. So anything that's going to be drifting. So like, let's say, we made some changes. So as you can see, the action is going to be update. So that means basically we got example, and before it was new RG. After, so example, before, after, and then example, and after is going to be, actually, let me see, internal. Where's our name at here? I thought I had external somewhere. Okay, there we go. So after is going to be external. So that's just a way to kind of maybe see any kind of drift you got going on in your organization. It's a great way to kind of see if that you have other people who have made changes before you apply anything. So now once you got that set up and you reviewed your plan, we can now go ahead and apply that plan. So now what we'll do is we'll go Terraform, apply. Well, actually what I can show you, go back to our main.tf, and let's say I do change this here back to new, or just to change to new. If I do a Terraform apply and I go Azure plan, even though we changed this to new here for the resource group name, in our plan, the resource group name was still what it was before we did so basically it's just a way to make sure that any changes we make in between doing a plan and apply stays. So as you can see, Azure RM subnet example is being destroyed because we're creating a new subnet because we changed this here. And then our resource group is probably going to, I believe, get destroyed as well because we created a new one by changing the name there. And another thing I just noticed as well is the Terraform apply with the plan name didn't require you to actually require yes or no if you wanted to apply this. So that's one thing to watch out for too as well, that you don't accidentally run that and accidentally delete anything before applying anything. So that's why you want to also make sure you check that plan out before you make any drastic changes. Whenever you're making those changes in your Terraform files there. So that's really it there. We'll go ahead and destroy all of this here, just so we don't have anything lingering. Again, tune in for the next video. We'll get into some more information on the apply, Terraform configurations, and some other customizations with variables and things like that. Again, if you have any questions in regards to this video, drop me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back with you. Again, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next time.